Why do coins still exist? We live in a world of digital payments, Apple Pay, credit cards, Venmo, online banking. You can buy a coffee, pay rent, or even send money across the world without touching a single coin. So why are we still carrying around metal discs in our pockets? To answer that, we need to understand how money works behind the scenes and the hidden costs of keeping cash, especially coins, in our modern economy. Part 1. Coins are expensive to make. Let's take a US penny. It costs more to make a penny than it's actually worth. In 2024, it cost about 2.5 cents to mint a 1-cent coin. That's like paying $2.50 to buy something that costs $1. Nickels aren't much better. They cost merely 10 cents to make, even though they're only worth 5. That means every time a penny or nickel is made, the government loses money. And it adds up. The US Mint loses tens of millions of dollars each year just making coins that are worth less than the materials used to produce them. Why? Because metals like copper and nickel have gotten more expensive, but the value of the coin hasn't changed. It's literally money losing money. Part 2. Coins are inconvenient. Now think about how we actually use coins. They're heavy. They pile up in jars, car cup holders, and drawers. You rarely see someone digging out exact change at the store anymore. Even vending machines and parking meters are moving to cards or mobile payments. Retailers don't love coins either. They have to count them, roll them, and haul them to the bank, which takes time and costs money. Banks may even charge businesses to deposit large amounts of coins. So for a lot of people, coins are more of a hassle than help. Part 3. But some people still rely on coins. So if coins are costly and inconvenient, why not just get rid of them? The answer is not everyone is ready. Millions of people around the world still rely heavily on cash, especially coins for daily purchases. This includes older adults, low-income communities, people without access to credit cards or smartphones, immigrants or undocumented individuals. For them, coins are part of everyday life, whether it's buying food, riding the bus, or giving exact change at the laundromat. In some rural or remote areas, cash is still the main way to pay because digital systems aren't available or reliable. So while ditching coins might be convenient for some, it could leave others behind. Part 4. Why governments keep coins around. Governments are aware of this. That's why most central banks are cautious about removing low-value coins like pennies or nickels. Eliminating coins may seem simple, but it affects pricing, accounting systems, and public behavior. Think about this. If the penny is removed, what happens to prices? Will stores round up to the nearest 5 or 10 cents, or round down? In Canada, where the penny was phased out in 2013, stores now round prices to the nearest 5 cents, but only when paying in cash. Digital payments still charge the exact amount. That sounds simple, but it required retraining cashiers, updating cash registers, and educating the public. Removing coins also raises fears about inflation. Consumers might think businesses will always round up, and that could lead to a rise in prices, even if it's just psychological. Part 5. The global shift away from coins and cash. Despite the complications, some countries are moving ahead. Canada got rid of the penny. Australia and New Zealand eliminated 1 and 2 cent coins. Sweden is moving toward a cashless economy altogether. In these countries, people have adjusted. They use cards, mobile apps, and tap-to-pay systems for everything, even small purchases. But the shift takes time. It needs strong financial infrastructure, wide access to banking services, and public trust in the system. In contrast, in the US, about 5% of households are unbanked, meaning they don't have access to a checking or savings account. For them, digital money isn't an option. Until that gap closes, coins will still have a role to play. Part 6. The hidden costs of keeping coins around. So, what's the hidden cost? It's not just the expense of producing coins. It's the economic drag they create. Businesses lose time counting and managing change. Banks spend resources handling coins. Governments lose money making them. And the entire system becomes less efficient. Plus, there's the environmental cost. Mining metals, transporting coins, and maintaining coin circulation all use energy and create emissions. In short, keeping coins around is costing more than it's saving, but getting rid of them isn't as simple as flipping a switch. So, why do we still have coins? Because even though they're outdated for many, they're still essential for some. Removing them would save money and modernize the economy, but only if we can ensure that everyone has access to digital alternatives. Until then, that little penny in your pocket might be annoying, but it's part of a much bigger story about money, access, and inclusion. If you like this explainer, hit subscribe and drop a comment. Should we get rid of coins? Let us know.